chapter in Texas. Dad, there will be a parents' meeting next Friday afternoon. Can you come back then? I suddenly opened my eyes in a daze. The sharp pain in my neck made me know that I mustn't give up at this moment. Although the speed at which the seat was reclining was very slow, at this moment it had already made me lie down completely. The Shinkansen, any force at this angle and could only keep backing away. After I fully reclined the seat, I continued to grope with my left hand and soon found another button. Once this button was pressed, the whole seat would slowly move backward. Damn you! Zhang Huan and was constantly being pushed backward by my seat and was about to run out of room to move. I finally broke free from the restraint of the wire. I just felt a dull pain in my whole throat. But this was a death moment. Anything that wasn't fatal could only be considered a flesh wound. I immediately raised my pistol and turned around. But it was pitch black in front of me, and my brain hadn't recovered from the lack of oxygen yet. Based on the sound and my experience, I aimed the gun straight ahead, ready to take care of Zhang Huan An. But at this time, the whole car suddenly started shaking violently. It was only after a few seconds that I came to my senses. It was actually an earthquake. I had lived in Inner Mongolia for more than 30 years and had never experienced an earthquake before. But this earthquake was so clear that it made it even harder for me, who was already a bit dizzy, to steady myself. After firing 2 shots in vain, Zhang Huan and suddenly got up and attacked, firmly grasping my hand. I had fought with him before. This swindler wasn't very strong, but every move he made was very insidious. He pressed one hand on my pistol and reached for the little finger of my left hand with the other. After grabbing it, he yanked it hard. I hadn't expected this move and instantly pulled my left hand back. The next second, I finally regained my vision, only to see Zhang Huan and take out a hammer from somewhere. Before I could react, the hammer flew towards my head. In an instant, I felt dizzy and as if my whole soul was about to separate from my body. I knew this was a precursor to fainting. The next few seconds would be my last chance. At this time, due to the violent earthquake, the car also started sliding randomly. Through the car window, I vaguely saw that the houses on both sides of the alley were collapsing. Cracks were appearing on the walls. Even the sky in the distance had cracks. Wait, the sky was cracked. Before I could react, Zhang Huan An's hammer fell again, and I narrowly dodged it. I came to my senses and knew that if I couldn't kill Zhang Huan An here, he would kill Xuanchuan. In the future, more people would be defrauded by him. Even if I had to die here, I was determined to drag Zhang Huan An to hell with me. I stretched out a finger and stabbed it hard at Zhang Huan An's eye. I just felt a warm and wet sensation on my finger as it directly pierced his eyeball. He let out a howl and loosened his grip on the pistol. I immediately aimed at his chest and fired a shot. The bullet clearly drilled into his lung too, but at the same time, his hammer swung over again and hit me on the temple. I don't know whether it was because the earthquake was too violent or because my temple was hit, but the next few shots completely lost their direction. Although I really wanted to fire a few more shots, my balance had been completely destroyed. It was pitch black in front of me. I didn't even know where I had fainted. The hammer seemed to still be falling on my head, but I couldn't feel anything anymore. The cool liquid soaked my eyes, and I only heard a thumping sound coming from my skull. Everything was shaking. Everything was breaking. The huge sound in the distance rushed over like waves. The screams, shouts, the sound of vehicles colliding, and the sound of buildings collapsing burst out instantly. No, I still couldn't die. I had to quickly take care of Zhang Huan and then get out of the car to save people. I needed to call the team and ask for support. I had to save people, and I had to do it right away. During an earthquake, every minute of precious rescue time wasted was equivalent to sending lives to their doom for nothing. I had my mission, and I couldn't just sit back and do nothing. How would I still be alive? Was I even alive now? When I opened my eyes, there were 9 strangers sitting in front of me. This place was somewhat like an interrogation room, but we never prepared round tables. A round shape doesn't give people a sense of oppression. Instead, it gives people a feeling of reunion and comfort, so the tables and interrogation rooms are usually square, while the dining tables in hotels are round. I thought it was some kind of trick played by Xiang Huan An, but on second thought, I should have died. I reached out and touched my head. My skull was slightly dented, but there was no bleeding. I touched my neck again and felt a sharp pain. It seemed that the injuries I had suffered at that time were still there, but I wasn't dead. What was going on? Both the neck and the skull were fatal injuries, but I was sitting here safe and sound. I could not only see and hear but also touch my wounds. The seniors in the police station once told me that when people are dying, they will recall all the things they have done in their lives like a revolving lantern. And I didn't remember ever seeing these 9 people in front of me. Each of them had a strange face, and they were all looking around just like me. So, was this not a revolving lantern, but a strange dream? A minute later, the man wearing the goat head mask didn't hesitate to kill a person, and I finally knew my mission. Even if this was a strange dream, even if this was hell, my mission hadn't ended yet. This was a place for me to continue to repay my debts. I would wipe out those evildoers and save all the innocent people. This time, I would never hesitate again, and I would never let myself regret it. I was a policeman, even here. I had to fulfill my duty. Unexpectedly, the identity I drew was liar. Then came the dilemma. Should I first protect the lives of the innocent people, or should I survive and personally kill the pervert wearing the mask? After a few seconds of inner struggle, I understood. Never follow the suspect strain of thought. He wanted us to kill each other, but I was determined to save everyone. As long as everyone survived, there was still hope. It was a pity even if I won this game. I couldn't go back. I had killed someone. I couldn't face Juan anymore. All that awaited me was legal punishment, so my end could only be here. There was no chance to start life over. I couldn't change my past. It was a pity that I didn't even have a cigarette in my pocket, and the lighter that Juan bought for me with her pocket money wasn't brought along either. I didn't know how uncomfortable the days ahead would be. If possible, I really hoped to smoke another quartzite cigarette. So just let me finish what I should do and then go quietly. My name is Li Xiangwu. I'm going to start lying.